Awaiting orders.
Well, I just thought we would check and make sure I'm all ready for the expansion. We're in the third quarter now. I've got to make sure everything is ready. I don't know what gates are going to be opened. So we've got a couple of gates in here that are going might be open. So I've got a defence station here, Berg defence station. And there's another gate over here. Make sure all my entrances to my sectors are protected. I have quite a big defence force in here. So this sector should be reasonably safe. This is probably one of my biggest stations in here. These xenon sectors, I'm not sure what to do with them. I'm sure if they're going to add more xenon, then they'll connect to xenon sectors. And this one here is alright because there's, well, from what I've searched so far, there's no more gates in here. But there is 2 gates in Barker's Cascade. Not this one. This one down here. And I do have another defence station here for this gate. Another defence station for this gate. So I'm sure there's going to be more xenon in the expansion. I'm pretty well covered in those ones. As for these 3 stations here, I have actually demolished this station here, but I reloaded and kept it because it's quite an interesting station and possibly has something to do with an expansion, so I left it there. Now, I've got a couple of big defence stations down here as well, where the xenon used to come in. So pretty secure down there. There is another gate in here. I've built a defence station close to that one. I'm not sure where the split are going to come in, so we've pretty well got everything covered, I think. There is another gate over here in Matrix 451, I think. Up here. Build another defence station here. I'm sure there's going to be more xenon. I did find killing off all the xenon slowed down the production of my shipyards. So I'm hoping that more xenon will start demolishing ships again. I don't think I'll kill them out next time. There's another gate up here. Another defence station here. So I'm pretty well covered for covering my gates. I was surprised that there was nothing in scale plate green, considering that the Xenon had both these sectors. I was expecting some gates. I didn't discover anything, so we should be pretty safe in there. And in faulty logic, I didn't find anything exciting in either of those two sectors. We've got defence stations at each end, superhighway here, and that should be pretty well covered. It's a shame that these are at 0, isn't it? I should have waited until they were built a wee bit before I killed them off. As you can see, there is nothing there to kill. I needed some percentage to actually demolish the whole thing, so that was a shame. I could have been gone completely. And Ataya's Misfortune 1. There's no other gates in here that I've discovered. So I don't think we'll get any Xenon coming in from there. I think there is. This is the last Xenon. Yeah, there, I have just left him there. He's not really doing anything, not harming my ships or doing anything at all, so I'll just leave him. Just reminding me that they are there, so I'm pretty well covered here. When I came into the sector and saw how many Xenon were around, I built loads of defence stations to stop them venturing too far. There's the big one here. And then to get them as they came into the sector, I built a whole lot of defence stations here as well. So I think I'm pretty well covered. As I was moving through, you can see I was building defence stations as I was moving through. This sector here did pose a bit of a challenge with all those little mines. It still does, but I never go in there, so it doesn't affect me anymore. I think I'm pretty well covered. I don't think I'll get any surprise attacks. Where was another gate? There was another gate down here somewhere. I don't know if this will ever get activated. Here. I maybe, excuse me, maybe one day it'll, maybe when the boron come. I'm sure they'll get added at some stage. But I'm picking that the split will come in maybe here, because these were their, used to be their sectors. Maybe the split will come into here, possibly into Silent Witness.
Requesting permission to dock.
And possibly into Heretic's End. So pretty well covered, and I have a force, traders and battleships and stuff here, all ready to venture into our new sectors, hopefully in the next few days, but the third quarter could be the end of December for all we know. The fourth quarter, sorry. I have some traders and some carriers and what have you all ready to go. I'm not sure exactly where to put them, but they're ready. just hoping that they're not going to introduce new gates. But it's quite possible. One advantage of teleporting, I have nemesis and all around the sectors, so if I start getting attacked by pirates or what have you, I can just teleport to nemesis. I have them plastered all over the sectors. Some of them are just patrolling, some are just sitting there waiting. But having your own shipyard makes life very easy. You can just build ships and build ships. Put them everywhere. The only problem I have now with the odd pirate and these two sectors over here, or this one sector. Most of the pirates seem to congregate here. Every so often I go in and clean all these out. Capture a couple more behemoths. I must have about 30 behemoths that the pirates have kindly donated to me. There were 3 or 4 pirate stations here and I eliminated those to stop all my traders going there. And they used to pick on my traders, so I just removed the stations, but the pirates still accumulate there. So I'm quite happy with that. I could build a big defence station here and every so often just use the defence station to eliminate them.
Requesting permission to dock.
It's great watching the defence stations. Full of plasmas. And when they all fire, it's just amazing to watch. No, up this defence station here, I spent a little bit of time here on this one, just watching you'd attack one of the pirate ships and drag them over here and then watch the plasmas just demolish them. But you can see I've got
awaiting orders.
Destroyers and patrol craft everywhere, just keeping an eye on everything. I left the Paranid and the HOP still battling away. They pretty well leave me alone, and I supply ships to both of them to keep them fighting, because their stations never seem to have the right supplies. So I let them battle it away all the time. They spend a lot of time here in second contact. HOP, just hanging around the gates attacking people. Here they all are up here. Occasionally I'll go in and destroy a few of their Odysseus's, just so I can sell them a few more. But I pretty well leave them alone now and let them do their little battles. I think we're all ready. Just wish we knew a little bit more about what sectors were going to be opened up and exactly what they were going to introduce. But I'm certainly looking forward to exploring more sectors. I'm sure it's going to be in this area here, around this area here somewhere. And they'll open up Tharka's Cascade 14. and maybe in Heretics
Awaiting
End.
orders.
Not sure where else, but hopefully there should be, I don't know, maybe another 20 sectors in the expansion, maybe even more with the DLC, so we'll see. Right, there's certainly not much more for me to do in here. I've left everybody pretty much alone and left them all a few sectors to be happy. Just looking forward to more exploration. I've got all my ships ready to go. I have builder ships ready to move into the new sectors. Right, I certainly need more sectors to visit, and I think everybody's hanging out for those. Looking forward to the new split ships. See what's in store for us. I guess we'll all have to get up to certain reputation with the new faction before we can buy their battleships. With 30 with most of them. So, I'm everybody's friend. The game is all pretty standard. A few modifications on my own ships, and that's about it. I've got all the old gates which I assume they will
Awaiting orders.
use for the expansions. I think I've got all the old gates covered, just in case the split get a bit carried away, which they're likely to do because they're not a very happy race. Now I'm just sitting here in my Nemesis. Just finished watching the station being built, and yeah, waiting, just waiting. I found being near my stations, the game slows down a wee bit. Especially in Heretics End, that's a very big station. I just can't play when I'm close to that station. But owning the sectors and being able to become your own faction, that'll be quite interesting to see what happens. I don't know what sort of rules and regulations I'll make. That'll be quite interesting to see what we'll be able to do to become our own faction. I have about 8 shipyards now, I think. All spread around. One. One there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shipyards there. So before I killed all the Xenon, well, they were all quite busy, but things have slowed down now. I'll have to remember that if we get more Xenon sectors. Excuse me. Yeah, it's all wait.
Awaiting orders.
That's about it. Just waiting for the update. See you all out there.